Hi there guys, welcome to Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures YouTube channel and welcome to the 24 from Dudley to Merry Hill. And this was filmed in 2022, but however due to the narration being poor quality, we had to update the narration to this up-to-date one. So anyway, we're just waiting outside the Churchill Shopping Centre, and shout out to Black Country Traveller, and you should check out this route, the 24. It's a lovely route to go on. And it goes through loads of different estates such as Dudley, Blackheath, and also Old Hill and Cradley End. There are loads of different estates on this route and you should check it out. So we're just waiting outside the Churchill Shopping Centre right now at the traffic lights before we can proceed to turn left into Dixon's Green. So anyway, here we go. So there's the Churchill Shopping Centre coming up, and if you come into view on the right hand side is Iceland, which used to be a BT's department store. So anyway, here we go. There's Cousins and Black Country Traveller. You should check out the lift there in Cousins. It's a very nice old Evans lift. It's a gated lift. You might think it's a service lift, but it's actually also used for the public. So anyway, we're coming into Dixon's Green, so we've just passed a Volvo B7 RLE with a right clipped urban body. The routes that come along here, alongside the 24, partially the 12A Dudley to Birmingham, those used to be operated by Pensnet, but they're now only operated by West Bromwich Depot. And of course, you've got the 14s at Talzowen that goes through Tividale Way, along with the 14A to Merry Hill through Tividale, but they've just turned off. You got the 74A as well that goes from Dudley to West Brom, that goes by Tividale, and that's a diamond route, and that route's now been retained because that route was going to face withdrawal at the end of last year, but however that service is now been retained. So as you know, this is one of the last remaining Pensnet tendered routes alongside the 14A. I'm not sure if the 14 is tendered. I think that's commercial. I know the 19, I believe, is commercial as well. So anyway, we're now going down onto the Buffray. If you remembered, there was a 124 that used to come down this way as well. That was a fast and direct route to Cradley Heath and went via Neverton. That route stopped operating in 2019 and was replaced into this new 24 route, and you'll see the section where the 124 used to go when we get near Cradley Way. So we're now going to turn onto the Sledmere now. So there's the Buffray, the 19 and the 7 carry on down that hill. The 19 then goes into Neverton, so that basically does most the parts on the 124 into Neverton. But however, the Church Road, where the 124 used to go before turning on to Marriott Road, is now replaced by the 25 route, which is the new Dudley to Stourbridge route operated by Diamond Bus. But however, I don't think it goes on Marriott Road anymore since Church Road's back in use. But I'm going to be doing the 25 in this upcoming week, all being good. So I'll show you the new 25 route. So this is the Sledmere end now. So as you probably know, the 24 has been operated by loads of different operators over the years. It was known as the 224 when it was run by D&G Bus using the Midland branding, which was originally to be known as Midland Choice. Because they used to run it from Bilston to Cradley Heath, according to Lewis. So this is my shout out to Lewis right now. And then Diamond took over, but not the one as we knew when it took over Hanson's in 2017. Diamond took it over, and they ran it to Foxyard's estate and they renumbered it to 24. Then it got taken over by WMSNT, which was then rebranded as IGO buses. They lasted until 2017, and then Hanson's took it over. But not long after, Hanson's was then bought by Diamond Bus. Now, the original 24 went this way between Dudley and Blackheath. Instead of going right at the end of that side road in Blackheath, instead of going left on that side road in Blackheath to serve Blackheath Town Centre, it just turned right and then went direct to Rowley Regis Hospital. Now this route serves Blackheath Town Centre. It's been serving Blackheath Town Centre since 2019, which I'll touch on in a minute. And in 2018, the 24 was rerouted onto the Codswood Estate over Hayden Hill to replace the 129, which was the old Merry Hill to Birmingham service through Blackheath. And then in 2019, Diamond Bus lost the contract to the 24, and then NXWM took over the running of the service, and they've been carrying on doing this service ever since. And this is one of the last remaining tenders alongside the 14A. So the 14A and the 24 are believed to be the last tenders at Pensnet Depot, which run the Monday to Saturday daytime, because the 19 is commercial, I believe, and also the other routes, which are like the 14s as well, and even the 2s. So those services are the last are all commercial services. So anyway, we're just now going to turn left. So we're just now going to turn left, and we're going to go onto an estate which has a very steep hill. Now, when this route was operated by Midland, it used Dennis darts. Diamond had Dennis darts on this one, the original Diamond. And then when it was IGO, they used the Optare Solo SRs and the Primos. When it was Hanson's, it was darts and an ADL Enviro 200. IGO also used to have ADL Enviro 200s on this route. And when it was Diamond, they put on Optare Solos. They put loads of different buses on, and they even put the Miller. So then, guys, we're now going to climb up a hill on the 24. And so anyway, here we are, going up the hill. And if it was a clear day, you would see the radio mast on the Rowley Hills. So anyway, here we are going up. So we have got loads of videos penciled in coming up. We've got the 25, which is the Starbridge to Dudley through Merry Hill. And also the 17 from Dudley to Starbridge through Gornal Wood. And we're hoping to do the 142 and the 142A. And I know we're going to do the reverse direction of the 142A from Halzone to Merry Hill in a few weeks. So we're going to make sure that we do get them videos done. And we're also penciled in for the 100. The 100, which is the Madeley to Wellington to Madeley, which is operated by D&G Chase Rider using the branded ADL Enviro 200 double MC Travel Telford liveried buses, because as you know, Chase Rider have now come back to Telford after pulling off the X14 service from Cannock to Telford. But however, the 100 does not serve Telford Town Centre directly. It bypasses Telford Town Centre, and instead of going into Telford Town Centre, it goes round those little estates and all that. So I'm going to check that out. And I am going to do the 101, which is the select one that goes from the Princess Royal Hospital to Madeley. So I'm going to do that one as well at some point. And also I'm hoping to do the 96 from Shrewsbury to Telford, Salop to Telford, run by Select, which used to be the 19. I know I'd love to do it from Telford, but however, it might be a little bit later coming into Telford, but who knows what happens. Anything could happen. So as you know, There's a lot of hail and ride on this route. On most of these little estates. So I'm very surprised that NX are still doing hail and ride. Because the 57 had hail and ride, and now that's gone back to be operated by Diamond Bus. Once again, since it used to be known as the 657. Because Diamond lost the 657 in 2019 to be replaced by NXWM 17A that was extended beyond Kings Winford to Wallheath and the Wallheath-Briarscroft estate. So anyway, here we go, back down the hill, and we're going to turn left, and we're going to go down onto another estate before heading for Blackheath. So we'll be heading for Blackheath right now. So anyway, there's another ADL Enviro 200. That's also on the 24. As you know, the 24 only uses ADL Enviro 200s because the Volvo B7 RLEs can't even get down on this route because the lanes are very tight. I know Diamond have taken Plaxton Centros on this route on the last remaining weeks of operation because all the little buses were all on the IGO contracts because at the same time when the 24 was going to NX, IGO went under. And that meant a lot of the routes had to go to other operators, and that means Diamond had to put most of their buses on the IGO emergency contracts. So anyway, we're now going to turn on to this estate coming up. So as you know, the 24 did follow the X8 route, which is the Wolverhampton to Birmingham through Blackheath service, and that replaced the 140 from Dudley to Birmingham, along with the 241, which was a direct service between Dudley and Alzowen. You've only got the 19, it's more of like a direct service, because the 14 goes all round the Reeking, goes round the Tiverdale end. So anyway, here we go. We're going down this estate, and then we'll then revert back to the normal route when we get to the other end of this road. When we get to the other end of this road, we'll then be heading towards Blackheath. So we'll be back following the X8 into Blackheath, but we will be turning on to another estate, and then we'll serve Blackheath town centre before joining up with a 4M to serve the Rowley Regis Hospital in Brickhouse Farm. So anyway, here we go. We'll be on our way to Brickhouse Farm, but we're going to head to Blackheath first, then we'll get into Brickhouse Farm, and then after Brickhouse Farm we'll then be heading into Old Hill, and then after Old Hill we'll then be serving part of the Saltwell's End, and then go round where the 124 used to go on that little estate, and then after going round where that estate we'll then head down towards Cradley Heath, into Cradley Heath High Street, and then we'll go into Cradley Heath interchange before finishing the journey at Merry Hill by going through Quarry Bank. So anyway, here we go. Still going round this estate, so we just completed the estate on the 24th, so we're now going to be heading for Blackheath now, so we'll be heading for Blackheath right now, so we're now going, so we're now heading towards Blackheath, so here we go. So we've just done most of the estates. We're now back on the main road now, so we're back serving with the X8, heading for Blackheath direction. Then the X8 will just carry on to serve Blackheath Market before heading for Birmingham. And we'll also be joining up with the 14A, so we'll be back with the 14A, but the 14A will go direct into Blackheath. And the 14A used to be known as the 208, and most of 208 section is actually covered on this route, like the Brickhouse Farm end. So Brickhouse Farm is now back on this route again, and then we'll serve it along Saltwells. So we're just heading towards Blackheath now on the 24th. So we haven't got long left until we can get into get to Blackheath. So anyway, the 14A's now joined us into Blackheath. Well, partially into Blackheath, and so anyway, here we go. So as you probably know, here's the interior of the ADL Enviro 200 with the Urban 90 seats. These buses, most of these had came from Explore Dundee, while 2 of them were actually ex-IGO buses, which were the T-Reg ADL Enviro 200s. And as you probably know, Diamond has got a batch of these at Kidderminster, and also they've got one at Tividale, which is an ex-Clarabelle's. And of course, LMS Travel also have some ADL Enviro 200s like these, and even Bangor in Wolverhampton. Even Let's Go Travel Express as well, also in Wolverhampton. Also Select Bus Services in Penkridge as well. And there's quite a few operators that have buses like these anyway. So anyway, here we go. We're going down towards Blackheath now on the 24th before serving Blackheath Town Centre. So this is the old part, the 24 now. Well, we've done most of the 24 now on our YouTube channel, Just Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So we've done most of the old part, the 24, but the new part was going through Blackheath Town Centre. So once we've been through Blackheath Town Centre, we'll then go into Brickhouse Farm for Rowley Regis Hospital. So after Rowley Regis Hospital, we'll then go towards Part the Saltwells end. We'll go Part the Saltwells, which is just outside of Neverton, and then after that we're going to go directly into Old Hill, and then we'll go back into Saltwells, and then we'll go towards Cradley Heath, go towards Cradley Heath before heading towards Quarrybank and then on to Merry Hill. So here we go. We are heading, so we're just heading for, so we're just now heading for Blackheath. So we're just coming to Blackheath. So as you probably know, the X8 is run by Wolverhampton Garage. When it was the 140 and the 241, it was run by Pensnick Garage. This route is operated by Pensnick Garage alongside the 14 and the 14A. So anyway, we're just now waiting at the traffic lights before we can head into Blackheath. So we'll be heading into Blackheath just now. When Diamond did it before NX took it over, it used to go straight ahead to go onto part of Old Hill to serve the part of Old Hill station. You did at one time also have the 12 that used to run from Blackheath to Cradley Heath, but that route had to be withdrawn due to low patronage, and no route had replaced it at all. So anyway, here we go. We're now heading in towards Blackheath. So we're just coming towards Blackheath town, and then this service will terminate at Blackheath. This service will then terminate at Merry Hill. Okay then guys, we're now coming into Blackheath town centre, part of Blackheath town centre, and then we're going to head back on ourselves to serve Brickhouse Farm, Rowley Regis Hospital. So I hope that you are continuing to enjoy the journey on 24 service all the way from Dudley. So we have done well so far with loads of videos on the channel. So Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, is a great channel to watch, and so please be sure to keep watching Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So here we are, heading towards so we're just now heading towards Blackheath Town Centre on the 24 route. So here we go, we're now in Blackheath. So this is Blackheath now, and we're going to be turning to go back on ourselves, and then we're going to be heading towards Merry Hill. So anyway, there's a Scania Omnilink. As you probably know, Scania Omnilinks are seen at a variety of different depots, such as Warsaw, Yardley Ward. I believe they've got some at Acock's Green, also West Bromwich, and I think they've got some at Perry Bar and Birmingham Central as well. But I'm not sure their fleet allocations, but I know that Birmingham Central do have Geminis as well. So anyway, here we go. So we're now going to turn right. So we're now going to turn to the right, and then turn right again. So we're just going to turn right and then right again. The 12 used to terminate at Blackheath Sainsbury's, and that lasted until 2018, because I stopped running that service because of low patronage, and also the end of their contract as well, and no route has replaced it ever since. And so anyway, here we go. So we're now setting off from Blackheath, and we're going to head towards Brickhouse Farm. So we're going to be heading for Brickhouse Farm, Rowley Regis Hospital. So we're now heading for Rowley Regis Hospital, and then we're going to head towards Old Hill. Well, we're going to head to the Salt Wells, and then we'll be heading towards Old Hill, and then back in Salt Wells, and into Cradley. So that was Blackheath just gone. So we're now going back on ourselves, heading towards towards Rowley Regis Hospital. So we have got more and more videos to come on the channel. So I'm happy to say we have got more and more to come. And we are going to do another version of the 88, because one, we went to serve the a diversion on the route. So we went to serve a diversion on that route as well. So we have got loads of videos to be added on the channel. So I'm just waiting now at the traffic lights before we can carry on straight to head down towards the Brickhouse Farm. So we're just moving now. So here we go. On the 24. So as you know, these ADL Enviro 200s with the urban 90 seats are actually built for the tendered routes, like the 24 and the 14A. They were also built for the 28 when NX used to run the 28, but the 28 was withdrawn and replaced by the Diamond Bus 142 and 142A. So Diamond have gone back on that corridor again, because the last time they were on that corridor, when it was numbered the 287, and that was a great route, the 287 was. I really like that 287, because the 287, however, was the best route. It had loads of different buses on. It had Dennis Star, top tier solos, but that was with Diamonds. They had the Volvo B7 RLE Right Eclipse Urbans on, the Plaxton Centros, and of course that Enviro 300s on. And I really like the Enviro 300s that were on that 287. I know they were big for the route, but however they were lovely to be seen on the route, and I really liked it when the B7s came on that 287. So anyway, here we go. We're now going down towards Brickhouse Farm, Rowley Regis Hospital, and then we're going to head out towards, and then we're going to head for the Salt Wells end. So we're going to head to Salt Wells. So as you probably know, the 208 came out the so the 208 came out in the section where the 3 goes. If you remembered that route, the 208, that was a great route when it was operated by IGO. It was also run by Pete's Travel, which was a custom operator based West Bromwich way, I believe. So you had Pete's Travel, IGO, Diamond, you had Midland Red. You had loads of different operators on that 208 route in the past, and now the 208 is completely gone. So anyway, this is Brickhouse Farm, and we're just going to go into Rowley Regis Hospital. So as you probably know, Rowley Regis Hospital is only a small type of hospital, a bit like the Princess of Wales Hospital in Bromsgrove, which is now no longer served by any buses directly on the grounds, because the 52A, which ran Alexandra Hospital, Redditch, to the Princess of Wales Hospital, Bromsgrove, only runs to Bromsgrove town now. It doesn't go across Sidemore anymore. So anyway, here we go. We're just waiting at the roundabout, so we're going to go around the roundabout, and then we're going to go towards... So we're going to head up towards the Rowley Regis Hospital. So we're going to be heading for Rowley Regis Hospital. So here we go, going up this hill now. So we're going up the hill, and then we're going to head towards the Salt Wells just after this. So we're in Rowley Regis. So as you know, Blackheath's nearby station is of course Rowley Regis, because it's within the border. Rowley Regis, and that includes train operators like West Midlands Railway, and of course the occasional Chiltern services to London Marylebone. So anyway, here we go. We're now coming into Rowley Regis Hospital. So this is the hospital at Rowley Regis. So the 2 routes that come here is the 4M and the 24. Before that, you used to have the 289, which was the Merryhill to West Brom. That's now the 3, but the 3 doesn't come up here anymore. And of course, you had the 208 route, and of course the original 24. So loads of different buses came up this hill before, but now there's only 2 buses, the 24 and the 4M. So here we go. So we're now heading out of the hospital, and we're heading back down the hill. And then we're going to go towards... So we're now going to head down towards the Salt Wells end. So we're heading for Salt Wells on the 24th. So we're heading down towards Salt Wells. And then we're going to go towards... so we're going to head direct down... So we're going to head towards the Salt Wells. And then when we get to the Salt Wells, we'll be partially with the number 7 route, which is the Dudley to Wollaston Junction. And that route is now operated by Pensnet once again. It uses not only just the Volvo B7R release, they use ADL Enviro 200s on, and of course they've got double deckers on now, because in the past the double deckers were unable to get on the route due to the fact there was a lot of trees about over the Norton way, but the trees are now cut down, so that means the buses can now go, the double-decker buses can go across Norton. And I managed to get on the decker to travel on the number 7, and I filmed it all the way down to Wollaston Junction from Stourbridge. So here we go. We're now going through into part of Salt Wells, so we're going through like this industrial estate, I believe. loads of factories around here as well on the 24. So here we go. Right now on the 24, and we're going to turn left at the once we get to the next junction. So we're going to turn to the left, and then we're going to serve Salt Wells End. Well, most of the Salt Wells before heading towards before we head towards the before we head towards Old Hill. So anyway, there's a turn off point there where the number 3 goes, because the number 3 goes out there, and then that goes into Old Hill. The 24, however, is carrying on its journey, and so as you probably know, the 3 is another route that you can choose to go to West Brom from Merry Hill, other than the 4M. And of course, Dudley, you've got the 74s. You did have the 42, so you only got the 74 and the 74A to West Brom from Dudley now. And so anyway, we're just coming to Salt Wells, where we'll be joining up with the number 7 service from Dudley. That's going to only be with us for a short time, and then that will carry on along the Salt Wells End. So anyway, we're now coming towards a junction where we'll then be heading on to Salt Wells End. Okay, we're now coming into Salt Wells, and we're now joined up with the number 7 service from Dudley. We're going to be partially served with the 7 for a bit, and then we'll go into Old Hill before rejoining with the number 7 at the Asda in Salt Wells. But then the 7 will just carry on to serve Merry Hill while we'll go on them little estates to complete our journey over at the Dudley Wood. So anyway, here we go. I am going to do the number 7 very soon, all the way to Wollaston Junction, hopefully in a double-decked vehicle. So I'm hoping to do it in a double-decker. And I'm hoping to do loads of different videos, like the 002 from Merry Hill to Wheelie Castle. Also going to hopefully do more and more routes. So I have done the 226 Dudley to Merry Hill, and sorry it had to end virtual because due to the fact that my camera ran out of memory. But however, we are nearly coming towards. So we're just now coming to the turn off point where we're going to turn left, where the Aldi is. So the 7 carries on to go past the Asda, but we'll be at the Asda once we've done a trip through Old Hill. So there's the Aldi on the right, and if my camera was facing on the left-hand side, you'll see a Lidl. 2 supermarkets close to each other, and then further down's the Asda. That used to be a Netto. Way before a Netto, it was a Quick Save. It was even a Summerfields, and way before that was a Quick Save as well. So there was, and if you might have remembered Quick Save way before Summerfield. So anyway, we're now heading towards. So we're now heading down towards the bottom, and we're coming into Old Hill. So we're just now sharing our trip now with the 19 from Dudley to the QE Hospital. And of course the 18 from Dudley to Merry Hill. At the time of filming, the 18 was operated by NXWM. It is now operated by Diamond Bus and the Tividale Depot. So it's really great to welcome back Diamond Bus into Old Hill again, since they pulled off Old Hill in 2019 when they finished the evening tender on the Sunday tender on the 18. The 18 used to be the 243, the 19 used to be the 244, the 7 used to be the 276, and the 3 used to be the 289. So this is Old Hill, and of course we're also part with the X10. The X10 used to be known as the 141, but it changed to the X10 in 2016, and introduced the Platinum routes, and that was actually the first Pensnet route to be introduced as Platinums, because the rest was at Wolverhampton, like the 529 and the 126. And of course, I know there was a lot of platinum routes in Birmingham and Coventry. But now Platinums have taken over a lot of the routes. They've now come over West Brom, doing the 82 from Bearwood to Birmingham and the 87 from Dudley to Birmingham. The 126 is no longer a Platinum route anymore. It's just like a standard city route now, because Pensnet route does that route, because now the 8 is now a Platinum route alongside the X8. So anyway, we're now going up towards the Salt Wells end, and then we're going to go on that little estate, and then we're going to come out near where the Astor is, which I mentioned earlier. So anyway, here we go. We're going across this road, and then we're going to turn left when we get to the junction. So we're going to turn left. So this was the section of the old 208. So the 208 used to come down this lane when it was IGO. And even NXWM did do the 208, but that was for the emergency tender, because NX did this as an emergency contract, because due to the fact that IGO went under and a lot of the routes had to go for emergency tenders, but most of the IGO routes now with the custom operator have been changed to different numbers. The 42 from Hollymoor Way to West Heath, and the 55 from and the 38 from Northfield to Selly Oak is now a 55 from Longbridge to Tesco Quinton. It no longer goes to West Heath anymore. And of course the 10S, that's now become the 55, which was NX. So a lot of the routes have gone to custom operators now. And, most of the routes have now been taken over by custom operators. So, anyway, we're now coming through the Salt Wells. And we're going to be coming out at the turn-off point. So we're going to turn right, and then we're going to go around this estate before heading towards... so before we head towards Cradley Heath, via the Dudley Wood, and then after Dudley Wood, we'll then head towards before we head towards Quarry Bank, known as the Quasar, and also Merry Hill's known as Meza. Like Merry Hill's known as Meza. Stourbridge, that's just Stourbridge or Stour, like the River Stour. And Kimver, that's not much to say really. Kimver or Kimver. Bromsgrove, Bromo. Wolverhampton, Wolvo. Halesoe in Halo. West Bromwich, West Brom. And of course Bilston, Bilstonia. Also Shrewsbury, Salop. So anyway, we're now coming through the Salt Well, so we're back with the number 7. Kidderminster's known as Kiddie. Ludlow known as Ludders. And also Stafford will be known as Staffs. So anyway, here's the turn-off point. So we're now going on the estate, which used to be the 124, but the 124 didn't climb up. It just carried on for a bit and then turned right. So anyway, here we go. So we're now coming along now on the 24. So this is going to take us towards our final destination. So this is going to take us around this loop before we head towards Cradley Heath. So as you know, the 124 used to be every half an hour. It was a bit like the timing with the 287, because that was every half an hour. Then when it was extended to Halesoe, it was still every half an hour, but only one trip to Halesoe, but however it was every half an hour to Merry Hill on that corridor. But from Halesoe it was just an hourly service, because there was no half an hour service. Because on the half hour service, the buses were given like larger vehicles like the Tridents, the ADL Enviro 400 double MCs, the standard ADL Enviro 400s, and of course the Platinum buses. So they have put Platinums on that 28 route, and I was so happy when they put the Platinums on the 28, like the double deckers, because it looked really lovely. It looked really good, but now it's operated by Diamond Bus, so it's only the single decks now, and they use like as the 142 and the 142A, and they use street lights on. They've put street lights on, and they use the Johnson's, ex-Johnson's XL buses, ADL Enviro 200s. So I hope you're all doing okay, and just keep watching the remainder of this video here on Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures, and just keep watching all my lovely videos. I have got loads more videos to come. I'm hoping to get on soon the 224 from Dudley to from Sedgley to Bilston. I'm hoping to get that one done as soon as possible, and hopefully I'm gonna do the 326 from Bilston to Bloxwich. So I'm hoping to do the Bloxwich to 326 at some point. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm also hoping for the full 23 from Wednesbury to Portobello. So I'm hoping to get a lot of those videos on the channel. I've finally done the 74A from Dudley to West Brom, the full 74A, and of course I've done the number 3 at last. So I've done the number 3 from West Bromwich to Merry Hill. So I've finally done the number 3 from West Brom to Merry Hill. So anyway, we're just now coming towards the turn-off point, where we'll then be turning to the right. So we're going to be turning right to head back down the slope, and then we're in part of the Dudley Wood over the Salt Wells, and then before we'll head to our terminus point, which will be at Merry Hill bus station. But we're going to go into Cradley Heath first, before making our final destination, which will be Merry Hill. So we'll be finishing at Merry Hill. So here we go, down the hill now on the 24. So going down the hill on the 24, so we've got not long left to go, so we've still got a few more places to see. We've got Cradley Heath left, and then we're going to go up Quarry Bank before heading into the Mesa Merry Hill. So anyway, we're still continuing on our journey, and so here we go. So here we are. We're going to be heading to the right, so we're going to turn right and go past the Woodman pub. Was a Woodman pub, because I know there was a pub round here. I believe it was the Woodman. So anyway, here we go. Right now on the 24. So we're now going into the Dudley Wood. So we're going into the Dudley Wood. So there's a pub right there. And so anyway, here we go. Down towards Cradley Heath now. So we're going down towards Cradley Heath on the 24 route, and so I just hope that you are enjoying this journey so far. So more and more videos are coming on the channel very soon, so please keep your eyes peeled for that going here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So just continue watching this video, and so here we go. Now continuing on our journey to go all the way from Dudley to Merry Hill. So we're just now not far away from Cradley Heath, so please keep watching, guys, here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So here we are, about to turn left, and the 17H route is now joined us. So the 17H is now joined us. At the time of filming, that was operated by NXWM. That's now operated by Diamond Bus once again, because Diamond used to do it as the 17, but NX only numbered it the 17H due to the fact they had a 17 on their network, and now Diamond's got a 17 on their network, so they just kept it as the 17H. So here we go. We're now heading for. So this is Cradley Heath now. So we're turning to go around the side of the Tesco Extra. So this is a Tesco Extra coming up now. So there's the Tesco petrol station, and there's the Tesco Extra store where they have travellators made by Cone, and of course they have Otis Gen 2 lifts. There's two of them in the store, in the building. One that goes to the car park and the shopping level, and then there's the other one that serves the two shopping levels, and there's like travellators as well. One set to go to the car park, while the other set go down. The other set serve the shopping levels. And this is actually one of the best Tesco's in the West Midlands. Before this Tesco came along, the only nearby Tesco was the one at Dudley in the West Midlands, and the other being further at Bilston, and also the one at Kidderminster as well, because there was a Kidderminster Tesco, and there still is a Kidderminster Tesco, and now there's one in Stourbridge as well. So that's great. There's now a Stourbridge Tesco. So anyway, this is Cradley Heath High Street now. Before this Tesco came along, you only had Iceland Foods as supermarket wise, and of course you used to have a Quick Save, and there was also an Ethel Austin here as well in the past, which was a clothing business. Ethel Austin hasn't been around now because they went under a couple of years ago now. So there was quite a few shops that have gone under over the years. And Quick Save went under, that became a Summerfields. So here we go. We're coming towards Cradley Heath High Street. So this is Cradley Heath High Street, and so this is the High Street in Cradley Heath. So here we go. So just gone through Cradley Heath High Street. Not long left to go now, guys. Only a few more places. Only Cradley Heath Interchange and Quarry Bank is left, and then we'll finish our trip at Merry Hill Bus Station. So we'll be finishing our trip at Merry Hill Bus Station. So anyway, here we are coming towards. So we're coming towards Cradley Heath Interchange now. So we're coming towards Cradley Heath Interchange, and so anyway, we're now joined with the X10 all the way to Merry Hill, alongside the 4M and also the 14 Ace, and also at the time of filming the 28. So anyway, here we are coming towards Cradley Heath. We're now heading towards Cradley Heath Interchange. After Cradley Heath Interchange, we'll carry on to go towards Quarry Bank before heading towards Merry Hill. So this is Cradley Heath Interchange coming up now, and after Cradley Heath Interchange, we'll then head towards the Merry Hill Shopping Centre, where the 24 will terminate. So the 24 is going to terminate at Merry Hill, and that will be the end of the journey on the 24. So I hope you enjoyed the journey all the way from Dudley, and it's been a pleasure to have you along, and we will continue to upload more and more videos in days and weeks. So then, guys, we're coming out of Cradley Heath interchange on the 24, and we're heading up towards Quarry Bank now. And then once we get to the top of Quarry Bank, we'll then turn right and then turn left to go into Merry Hill. So this will be our final destination, Merry Hill. And I hope that you enjoyed the journey all the way from Dudley. As you know, the 24 is a very long route to Dudley. So the quicker routes to get to Dudley from Merry Hill is mainly the 25 and also the 8 and the 7. However, you do have the 226 as well, but that takes longer as well. Same applies with the 18 and the 14A. So there's quite a few routes in Merry Hill that do take longer to get to Dudley. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the trip all the way from Dudley, and I will be uploading more and more videos coming very soon, and I'll let you know which videos will come. So we have got the 142 and 142A penciled in, so please keep your eyes peeled for that, and we will maintain this channel, of course we will. So Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures is going to carry on as a standard channel. More and more videos coming along on the channel, and we will maintain this channel at all costs. Of course we will. We need to maintain the channel if we can, so we can still keep the channel afloat. So here we go. We're coming to Quarry Bank now. So we're coming towards Quarry Bank, and this service is going to end at so this service will end at Quarry Bank. Well, not end at Quarry Bank. This service will end at Merry Hill. So this is Quarry Bank, and now we're going to turn right, and we'll then head we'll then turn left to go towards Merry Hill bus station. So we're coming towards Merry Hill bus station nearly. So just waiting now at the traffic lights at the Quarry Bank junction, and then Merry Hill will be our final destination. Hope you enjoyed the 24 all the way from hope you enjoyed the 24 all the way from Dudley. So we're coming towards our final destination, which will be Merry Hill. So we'll be terminating at Merry Hill. So here we go. We're going to turn to the right. So we're now going to turn right. So we're now turning right now. And so here we go. We're turning right, and then we're going to turn left. So we're going to turn left at the next junction. So we're going to turn left right now. So we're going to turn left. So here we go. We're turning left. So here we are. We're turning left now. Okay then, guys, we're now coming into Merry Hill, and coming to view on our right hand side is of course Lidl and TK Maxx. Lidl and TK Maxx used to be Ultimate Outdoors. Way before that it was Kiddie Care, and then way before that was Best Buy, and then way before that was Right Price Tiles, and of course MFI. And then coming next to that is B&M Bargains, which used to be Toys R Us, and way before that was B&Q. And then Maplin's, which is still empty, used to be a furniture company, I'm not sure what the name was. And also way before that was a car showroom. And then of course you got Carpet-Rite, but Carpet-Rite is no longer here at Merry Hill. And then next door to that is Halfords, and next door to that used to be JJB. It's now Iceland and Hobbycraft, and that was also originally the Jolly Giant and also Sports Division. And then of course Matalan on the far end, which used to be Home Zone. So anyway, welcome to Merry Hill, thank you for watching, and look forward to see you all again very soon.